This is our S6100D anesthesia system. And for this machine, let me first introduce the components. For our machine, we have the main frame, and then it will be the breathing pipeline. Here is also the bellow and also the CO2 absorber. And then you can see here is the anesthetic vaporizer. For the vaporizer, we can choose from the 4 vaporizer types: the heterothene, isoflurane, enflurane, and the sevoflurane. Here is the ventilator. We have a 7-inch screen to show all the information on the screen. And here is the flow meter. For this machine, we have the 2 gas sources. You can choose from the oxygen and nitric oxide, or oxygen and air. And you can see there are 2 for each. This is the rapid oxygen supply button. Once we need to use it, just press it and then lose your finger. And then below side, we have 2 drawers for standard. It can even put inside of the patient monitor in a very, very big space. And for the wheels, we have totally 4 wheels, and which the front 2 has the brake to make the machine very stable and cannot be moved. Then let's turn on the power and we will see the details inside of the ventilator. First, we will get into the self-testing interface. It means they will do the self-test first to protect the machine and also prevent the damage to the patient. And then, if there is any problem, it will show on the alarming area with the red or the yellow color. And then, if we want to get into the main interface, we just press the rotate button. And for the preset of the ventilation mode first. As we can see here, we have the IPPV, AC, SMV, and also including the standby ventilation mode. And under each of the mode, we can choose for the different parameters, like the frequency, tidal volume, and something else. Once we press again, we will get into the main interface. On the main interface, we have totally 4 parts to show all the information. On the above side here is the alarming area, and here is the ventilation mode we are choosing now. And here the symbol will show the battery status. And for the alarming, we can see it has the red color, and also we have the yellow color. And also you can hear the voice, the frequency is different. So the red color here, and also the urgent frequency, will show the first level of the alarming function you need to solve. And the left side here is the monitoring area, and the right side here, we can totally show 2 waveforms synchronous on the screen, and one of them you can change it to loop. And the below side here is for the adjusting area. Let's see the buttons. For the first one, once we press it, then the machine will get into silence for totally 2 minutes. If you want to recover it, just press it again, like this. And or it will be recovered automatically after 2 minutes. For the second button here is for the alarming setting. It can set for the alarm, like oxygen concentration, meter volume, and also the pressure for the upper limit and the lower limit. And then here is the info. This means after several months, if the engineer or doctor want to do the maintenance of the machine, we can see all the history alarming functions here. Then you can know what we can do for the machine. For the third button here is for changing the ventilation mode. It means after we are using for a patient, or if we want to change to another patient for using the machine, then we can change it here. The fourth button here, first one is for the graphics. Like I have mentioned, one of them can be chosen for showing the loop. The loop will be like this, with 1 waveform together, synchronously shown on the screen. And also the second one here is for lock the screen. Once we press the lock button, then the machine cannot be used, cannot be operated or adjusting for the parameters. It means sometimes if the doctors or the nurses get out of the patient room, and then we just prevent, if the patient is alone in the room, he will be making some wrong operation to the machine and to influence the patient breathing. The third function here is the oxygen calibration. When we first get the machine, before the first use, we need to do it just 1 time with the 21% point and also the 100% point. And last button here, once we press it for 3 seconds, then it will get into the standby interface again. Usually only if we stopped using the machine, then we will need to use it. And on the main interface here, you can also see there are totally 3 buttons. This one is the rotate button just for confirm and adjusting. And here this button is for the VT setting. And the below side here, this one is for the PEP, which we also call it the CPAP. And for the vaporizer here, like I have mentioned, it can be chosen from the 4 vaporizers. And the most frequently used are these 2, the heterothene and the isoflurane. And for our vaporizer, we have the temperature, pressure, and the flow compensation automatically. It can ensure the enough breath to the patient. And also the adjusting is very easy. Once we need to pour into the anesthetic medicine, just rotate this button and pour into the medicine. And then just lock it again. And also between these two vampires, there's the lock automatically. It means once you use one of the vampires, another one will never be used. It's for the ensure the safety. And here we see the flow meters. You can see, as I mentioned, we can choose the oxygen, we must have it. For the natural oxide, we can change it to the air. But no matter for which of the gas source, there are two tubes for each. And you can see each one is from the 0.1 to 1 and also 1 to 10. It ensures you can set the parameters very, very accurately. And here for the rapid oxygen supply, this button is usually used when in some emergency situation or after the patient use. We need to recover the patient soon, then we will use this button. And now let's see the patient circuit. Here for this bellow, as I mentioned, our machine, we can be used for from neonatal about 2 kg to adult. So this bellow you can see is also from 20 to 1,500 milliliter. And also for the carbon dioxide, this below side, it has the container. It can contain for totally for 1.5 liters of the carbon dioxide, and you can use for the different of the types to inside for get the water dry. For the pipeline here, we are using the reusable one. For this reusable one pipeline, usually we can use it for 3 or 4 months, but still depends on the using frequency. Here is the bag. For the breathing bag, we have totally 4 types, from the 0.5 liters, 1 liters, 2 liters, and 3 liters. Usually for the baby, we are using for the 0.5 liters, and for adult, we are using the 2 liters or 3 liters. Here, let me show the space of the drawer. Inside of the space, we can put all the accessories and also the documents for the patient inside. And we have totally 2 for standard. For the wheels, the front 2 we have brake. Just use your foot to tap it down, and then it will be very stable and cannot be moved. Then now we will show the back side of the machine. Here first, for the power here, we are using from 100 to 240 watt. It's ensured for in some different place, it can still be used very stable. And also with the internal battery, we have totally can be used for 2 to 3 hours. And here is for insert the power socket. This one is the fuse. And here we can see, as this machine, we have totally 2 gas sources. We have 2 for oxygen and 1 for lateral side. Or if you change to air, then this here will be the air. Why we have totally 2 for oxygen? That means one of it you can connect it with the central oxygen supply if the hospital has it. And another one you can connect it with the cylinder. That means if the central oxygen supply is suddenly in a failure, then this one will be automatically get the oxygen from the cylinder to keep the safety for the patient. Thank you.